Hey everybody, this is Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Gonna do a bit of a triple header here. We're gonna do 3 uploads of Wizardry in a row. Gonna start here on Saturday, finish it off on Monday. The schedule for the next week or so is gonna be a little varied from usual. Kind of a busy week, kind of crazy weather heading this way. Our Wednesday stream is going to be tentatively canceled. I may do something in the evening, but the Wednesday morning stream is definitely out. I'll at least try and get an upload in that day, but no guarantees past that. So we're going to go ahead, load back up here, get things going. We're still trying to make our way through that second floor. That old jail's kind of hanging us up there. Party's getting stronger. We're up to level 7 now. Before we head in, let's go ahead and check out the Adventurers Guild. Periodically, it doesn't hurt to stop and see if there's any new allied actions to learn. Especially since last time or two we went up a rank in Trust. You can see we're already on the 4th character in that little gauge. We're halfway through the Trust meter already. So nothing new in offensive, defensive, spell. We do have one in the assisted shot. I rather like this one as well. You get to throw a projectile and combine it with a basically your back row gets an entire offensive attack all of their own. Don't know why I stumbled over that so badly. We've got the extra money because we sold a bunch of extra stuff there. So assisted shot is another one of my favorites as far as that goes. No need to check on any class progression because our characters are set pretty well the way they are. Let's go ahead and take ourselves into the labyrinth. I should have checked the items first, made sure we weren't. Yeah, let's go ahead back out. Make some spells. Visit the shop real quick. Quicker if I go the right direction, huh? See if there's anything on these characters to sell. We have that chest plate. Leather armor. Gauntlet, that's another 400. That shield we're no longer using because Agog has the magic crossbow, the throwing knife, and the massive sword. Hey, 1400 for the massive sword. Wouldn't you know it? We still made money on that. Can't really complain on that one. Okay, let's make some spells, huh? Still nothing on that maps vellum. Okay, we have a Zetiel stone and a Conair stone. Couple level 2 stones to be made here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Zetiel stone first. Could do 2 sorcerer's earrings, I'm cool with that. Not gonna speed these up because last time I forgot and it got weird. So yeah, let's go ahead and send that Agog's way so we once again have more spells at our disposal for down in the dungeon. Oh, that took the Conair choice out of there. Let's go ahead and check out a Couch stone. Broken Sword and Thief's Blood. Yeah, let's go ahead and make that. Get Sarah up to Cout rank 2. And let's make a Blessed Stone. 2 Bogey Cats first, seems like a fair price to pay. And that's what it looks like sped up, in case you forgot. Keo hadn't learned Blush yet, now he's got it. See if there's anything else we can make here. Nope, we're pretty well tapped. Okay. That empties out the inventory. And that gets us ready to head into the dungeon. This time for real, huh? Go into the labyrinth. If we're lucky, we'll trip over a transfer potion. Or perhaps a harpy and 4 orcs. And let's just go ahead and rush through these guys. I think we've got more than enough offense to get through the harpy on a rush. Nope. 18 damage, but the harpy survives. Fortunately, we aren't punished too bad for our hubris there. Let's see if we could show off the assisted shot. So yeah, the assisted shot is sort of a preemptive strike by the back row. Rather useful, especially with piling a bit of damage on those intermediate enemies that we're starting to face there in the second level. Things that we're not quite sure we could just take out. Let's see if we can't just show it off here again. Let's go individual action for these guys though. So you could see the assisted shot is firing off between each attack. Poor Mr. Toad couldn't even get any help there. Let's do the assisted shot and a double slash. Go for some gratuitous damage here. Got 30 to start. And 154 on the double slash. So that's almost 200 damage we put on that poor giant toad. You kinda gotta feel bad for it. Like, that's way too much damage to throw at an enemy like that. And that's really the kind of figures we're gonna need heading into some of those stronger enemies. Now, we delivered our message to Rui, the sorcerer turned thief in the last adventure, who was on a job for a guy named Garcia. We're still tracking down the corpse of that killer. We were contracted in the bar by Lorenzo for that. And we got a warning that the Reaper tends to physically manifest in his full form down in that old jail. So all things to look out for there. Of course, that's assuming we get there. So we've been held up a couple times by this point. Like to do it this way because there's no way we're getting surprised with our back to the wall there. Here we go, 5 slimes and a pixie. Let's go ahead and set up that assisted shot and individual attack. We're going to target the pixie first to make sure it's out of the way before it can cast. Yeah, the assisted shot was more than good enough for that. That's a moment where the restrict shot might have paid off better. But again, we rolled the dice. Took what it gave us. Pardon me. Need a little drink there. 115 experience. Pick up a whole mess of slime goo from that one. And it looks like our buddy the Reaper is not on the first floor today. That can only be seen as an advantage for us. Yeah, let's go with restrict shot here, and let's double slash the giant toad. That should be more than enough to take it out. Yep. And now the kobolds will basically run into their own demise there. See 38 damage, that's going to be more than enough to put those out of commission. Giant Toad's going to try calling for another one, and it never came. Tough day for the Giant Toads, they're just not sticking together like they used to. So let's go ahead at this the way we just did. Once again, double slashing the toad. And letting the kobolds take care of themselves via the restrict shot. So yeah, mixing and matching these abilities really does make short work of the enemy mobs once you get the hang of it. See what we get here. And it's a frog tongue. Okay. Another spell component. Not going to be mad about any of that, though the pixie's wing would really help. Let's go ahead down. Back to our favorite floor, the second floor. Really, there's no reason it's our favorite floor, it's just the deepest we've gone so far. Got 2 bogey cats, a bushwhacker, and a highwayman, if I remember. I guess even if I don't remember. Let's go with a restrict shot there. And let's double slash the bushwhacker. So he's out of the picture right away. Yeah, that little bit of extra damage will help us. In fact, I think with 1 wounded bogey cat, we may be able to take them both down using the assisted shot and some individual attacks. So that's going to be our plan of attack here. There's 1 down with Kyo's attack. Hey, wouldn't you know, we got some extra damage. The second assisted attack was enough to take out that second bogey cat. And we got a 58-point critical from Ricardo on the Marauder. Marauder or Highwayman, he's one of those things. Pretty sure we're faster than him now. Yeah, the Highwayman. Only get 11 damage in on the assisted shot, but it's enough for the kill. Okay, now that's a bit more like it. 427 experience for that. Let's see, our drawbridge is down. You hear a strange noise as if something was being dragged. Will you confirm what it is? Sure. We hear beast-like grunts approaching. What came up the stairway was a group of the undead. There was something different about the undead. The undead until now always attacked living beings, but they were just gazing at you presently. The undead started walking fearfully with their arms stretched forward. And then, they started falling like marionettes that had gotten their strings cut. A wicked feeling was expanding rapidly. Well, you never like when the tempo of the music picks up and the screen turns red, do you? It was like a breath of darkness. There was something different in general about this feeling than before. So yeah, shit just got real, didn't it? Suddenly, hate blew upward in the form of a hot wind. The ground was giving off a burnt smell and emitted an eerie light. Something was trying to change in substance. It was definitely something evil. Well, we were warned about the Reaper. And here he comes. All his glory. You see that giant sword there? Just stabs into the ground and out of the hole it makes. There he be. That is some sick artwork, isn't it? So how do we want to go about this? I suppose the first thing we want to do, let these guys go ahead and double slash the heck out of the Reaper. Individual action here. Throw them both dispelling the zombies, see if we can't get rid of them and make it a party on Reaper battle. Again, we're not going to be able to kill the Reaper outright with just straight damage here. Okay, that's not too bad on that. Well, that was no good. Agog's dispel attempt was pointless. Let's see if Sarah has any better luck. Nope. Couldn't dispel the zombies. So that's some pretty bad news for us. Okay. We'll keep Kyo and Ricardo on the Reaper. Sarah casts Dispel. She'll heal Agog and Agog. We'll cast Satil on the front row. That should take out the zombies. What on earth is an underworld cry? I had never seen that before, honestly. Can't tell you how many times I've played through this battle. Well, that didn't quite take out the zombies, did it? Assisted. Now let's stick to what we were doing here. Individual action. What spell can she cast? Let's go ahead and have her attack the Reaper, and let's throw another Zatil at the zombies. Tell you this, we're making some good progress on the Reaper. Okay, the zombies are down. Looks like the Reaper's gonna cast another teal spell. Those are getting a little annoying, not gonna lie. So we'll go ahead and switch it up. Let's do a spell cancel here. individual action the fighters. This time we'll let Kyo cast some healing. And let Ricardo keep piling on the damage. Play defensively for a couple turns here. Ooh. Okay. So the Reaper hit a nice little combo attack there on us. Still more worried about the spell at this point than anything else. Let him heal Sarah back up there. There he went for another teal spell, and we were able to put 13 more damage on him with the spell cancel. Offensive action, let's go with the double slash there. Individual action here, let Sarah cast a heal spell on Kyo. And have Agog go back to what he does best, which is just throw spells. Let's do a Krita at the Reaper. Well, look at that, the double slash worked. I forgot the Reaper doesn't count as an undead there. So we felled the Grim Reaper. Nice chunk of experience there, 1,835 and over 1,000 gold as well, 1108 the total on that. The Labyrinth was unbelievably silent compared to the fierce battle that just occurred a moment ago. Time for our little group chat. Ricardo goes, "What the heck was that? I've seen a lot of monsters, but that was a first." Still getting the chills. He says, "I felt I was stuffed in a coffin throughout the whole battle. Think I'm gonna have nightmares for a while." Sarah says during the battle he was throwing all these negative thoughts at me. Sadness, hatred, anger. So many emotions were flowing from him. Yeah, it's like the souls of the dead are gathered inside of it. It's not a monster, it is death itself. Kyo says, maybe that Reaper has something to do with this labyrinth. I'm not sure if it's the smell, but I felt negative thoughts of destruction from it. Weird thing to get out of a smell, I guess. It was very similar to the bad vibes I get from this labyrinth. Ricardo says, it feels like its evilness is stuck all over my body. Whatever it is, I wouldn't want to see it again. Kyo says, we haven't really beaten it. It just vanished. The main part is probably somewhere deep inside this labyrinth. This may be a mission that was sent from God. Sarah says, the Flash, the countless monsters, the incarnation of death, it just seems like we're all just in a bad dream. But it's not like we're gonna wake up out of it. So more cheery thoughts out of our group here. But one thing is for sure, we did beat back the Reaper and a couple zombies. Mission accomplished, and we're in pretty good shape after it too, so we'll just go ahead and continue here. Set up our restrict shot and our double slash. Gotta remember after this battle to heal Kyo back up to full as well. Just on the off chance we get surprised or something. Ricardo sitting at 58 isn't too big a deal. And the bushwhacker escaped. The second bushwhacker escaped on us, but we'll take it. Not gonna argue. Heck, we just defeated death. Yeah, at least part of it. Pick up some thief's blood out of this encounter. Yeah, let's go ahead and have Kyo heal himself on this one, huh? I know I haven't been making the most use of the spells, but they are useful. Certainly wouldn't contend otherwise. Make our way down to that third floor there where we know there's that mechanical room to push that drawbridge up. Believe that's it over there. No, that's the second floor elevator. And that's a one-way door. Well, no avoiding that combat. The bogey cats seem to have just steered themselves directly into our path. We see that level 1 mage in the back row there, so right away I can tell you we're going to spell cancel. And then just individual action. Yeah. Maybe Kia will take down that one bogey cat. Hey, wouldn't you know it, first try. Lucky for us. And Ricardo paralyzed the other bogey cat, so that worked out absolutely as well as it ever was going to. We took absolutely no damage there. In fact, they didn't even get a single attack off. Now we could just use our assisted attack, finish off the bogey cat, and let both fighters and an assisted shot have their crack at the highwayman. He falls before he could do any actual damage or even think of running away. That is 445 of the easiest experience we will get in this game. Really, I'm kind of amazed it went that smoothly. Okay, this time the mage is in the front row. We're not so worried about him at this point. We will set up a restrict shot, and we're just going to go ahead and individual action. We are going to target him with the first attacks, just to make sure he goes down before getting away with too much advantage against us. Take out one Orc King. Let's see what the other two do here. Well, the front row guy sticks around and eats a restrict shot when he tries to attack, and the back row guy also hangs around for another turn. We'll switch to an assisted shot and let the fighters attack of their own strength. Orc King falls to an assisted shot, and Kia with the death strike on the back row. Orc King once again takes all the drama out of that one. Pick up a Sorcerer's Earring. Let's head in. Got a blue chest there just kind of hanging out. These are normally transfer potions when you find them. This time it's an unidentified dagger. Let's go ahead and rectify that situation. Ricardo hands the dagger over to Agog, as bishops have the ability to appraise unidentified items. It's craftsman's dagger. Sharp dagger formed by a famous craftsman. Now that dagger is a weapon that's going to hit twice and is therefore very useful for Kyo. So we're going to hand over this frog's tongue. Let's go ahead and give that to Sarah. And then Agog's going to hand the craftsman's dagger over to Kyo so he can equip that. It may not seem like much, but even that one point adjustment in his offensive ability is going to pay dividends because he's striking twice per turn. switch for the lift. Let's go ahead and move that lift. So that drawbridge is going to raise from the third subfloor we're on here back up to the second, right beside where we face the Reaper. Then we'll just make our way back up and see what's on the other side. There's been a chest kind of hanging out there. First things first, we gotta get there. Not always the easiest thing in these games. Especially if I can't remember what direction to turn. Oh yeah, that's right. Can't go that way. Because of the one-way door. Oh, don't I just feel like a doofus. I think there's a secret way through here. Yep. Got that breakable wall there. And that's going to allow us to walk back through here. Nice little hallway. Oh, yeah. We would have needed to break out that door from the other side, too. Forgot that little quirk of that hidden exit. Gotta break both walls. So yeah, I guess we're pretty well sunk for now. Have to go over and lift that gate one more time. Drop it back down. Let's take care of this little combat here. Okay, so a mage, a cleric, and a thief walk into our combat. And the thief's in the background, so I'm not terribly worried about either the priest or the mage casting against us. In fact, let's go ahead and assisted shot and individual attack. They both go down in a hurry, and that just leaves us one-on party with the highwayman. Kinda seems unfair, doesn't it? We'll go assisted shot and double slash. Just heap as much damage up front as possible here. And it's more than enough to take him out. Honestly, when I saw that party, I was kind of convinced in my head that that wasn't going to be an actual combat, that they were going to be friendly. Every now and then when you see unusual pairings or groupings, that'll indicate a friendly party. So we get an unidentified staff, which is always going to make me raise an eyebrow. I want to say this is just going to be a healing staff, but it never hurts to check. Yeah, it's another healing staff. So we've now got a few of those saved up and can probably sell one or two back at the store in town. Made our way back over. So that's the other half of that secret door there. just busted through, and that's important because that'll allow us to get back over to that side. So we're going to make our way back in here and do what I intended to do the first time, raise that drawbridge up. Now that we have a way through to the other side, we can make our way up to the second subfloor there and finally check out that chest. See, there's our stairs up. Knew I'd get it one of those times, right? Couple bogey cats and a level 1 mage. Not friendly, that's all I really needed to know. Let's go ahead and restrict shot this and individual attack. Okay, so that was enough to take out the bogey cat there. Switch back to our assisted shot and double slash. Always love those moments where it dodges the second hit, but it's already taken more than enough damage. So in that moment, it's fair to say the monster was dead before they knew it. Pick up some bogey cat's fur. I will say this, we have come an awful long way from the days of, 2 to 3 rounds to deal with some orcs. Take the bridge over. Got a little area here. Got a little combat here too. 3 zombies and 2 bogey cats. They're friendly, we'll just leave them be. Not gonna lie, that combat didn't look overly tricky, but it did look like it was gonna be a pain. So we've got a treasure chest here. Let's go ahead and have Keo open it. It's gonna be trapped, says a crossbow bolt. Take a deep breath, and here we go. That wasn't too bad at all. We pick up some unidentified metal armor. Hand this metal armor over to Agog. One quick appraisal later. We have more quality metal armor. That's already what Ricardo's got on, and it's not really going to be equipable by anybody else in the party. So that's something to sell. Just map out this little area here. Seems like we've got a bit of loose flooring, a bit of a grate to look at here. And we're going to fall in. Didn't quite have enough to support our weight. Led us to this little area here. Got a pit there. Let's go ahead and drop down it. Here's the spot where the wall's carved out. What looks like, almost looks like an... I'm guessing they were going for a metal grate that's busted loose, but it kind of almost looks like a transparent or illusory floor. Kind of a neat effect there. Drop down, and we find ourselves landing on top of a bunch of undead. Let these guys attack, even though it's not really going to do anything. We'll have Sarah try and dispel the undead kobolds, and Agog try and dispel the zombies. Okay, so we've done a ton of damage to the zombies up front, even if we don't take care of them. Which we did. One fled and one was taken down by the dispel, but even if we didn't take care of them, the next spell would have dropped them. Okay, so one undead kobold survives. We'll go for an assisted shot since we know that magic crossbow will do damage. And a double slash. And yeah, that 16 was all we needed to finish the job. Not the most exciting battle you'll see against an undead horde, but I never promised excitement out of that, did I? Keep exploring here, and you have a very unusual thing. You've got 2 level 1 priests and 3 undead kobolds in a party. So we know how we're going to handle this. Go ahead, assisted shot and individual attack. Again, the priests are at a low enough level that I feel the fighters, especially aided by the assisted shot, will do more than enough to take them out. And I was wrong. Ricardo missed his shot. That complicates things a bit. So we're going to go ahead and restrict shot and once again rely on that magic crossbow. Keo takes out the priest. Now you might be noticing that the crossbow hit for 16 when we tried to use it offensively in an assisted shot, and it's hitting for a solid 20 on those restrict shots. I don't understand why the game does that. Hits stronger defensively with some items. Perhaps that's just a back row thing. Not really complaining about it by any means. Just kind of the way it is. Love how it just shakes off that double slash because none of the weapons are magical. Again, unique quirk of this combat system. It's not the most in-depth thing you'll ever see, but it is its own little thing, and you gotta appreciate it. Oh, this looks like trouble. Thank goodness they're friendly. Those are 3 level... No, that's a level 1 ninja and 2 level 3 ninjas with 2 pixies. Happily leave that group alone. Ninjas have that death strike ability. Here we have a samurai and a priestess for fighting monsters. The samurai was fighting desperately while protecting the priestess. You decided to attack the monsters before they noticed you. So we noticed this group in trouble and we decided to join the fray and help them out. Got a couple level 1 mages and a couple bushwhackers, and we get a surprise round. Now since we have the initiative here, go ahead, assisted and individual. Let's see if we can't just take these bushwhackers down with that. Well, we at least took the one down, and the other one's paralyzed. Let's go ahead, spell cancel and individual attack. Keo takes down the first mage. Spell cancel takes down the second. Bushwhacker is paralyzed this turn, but he eats 68 damage from Ricardo and falls himself. Another good combat for the group. That's 605 to the good side. After the samurai helped the priestess to her feet, he turned to you. Says, so you're adventurers? Thank you for helping. As a soldier of Duhan, I am ashamed of myself for being such a disgrace. So they seem to be soldiers of Duhan. Sorry about the mispronunciation there. Of course, I'm not really sure which one of them's correct, so I'm just kind of covering all bases. Samurai bit his lip as you spoke to him about the order you accepted to find a missing unit of soldiers. He says, "We are that missing unit of soldiers. Actually, the two of us are the only survivors of the unit. So I guess you can't call us a unit anymore." Samurai says, "We were researching the undead monsters. We found out the cause of them flooding the town all the way from the 4th level, but..." The priestess cuts in, "I'm sorry, it wouldn't have turned out this way if only I had more magical powers." Samurai says, "Don't worry about it. It's our leader's fault for going down without knowing how the enemy would attack." Says, "If you prove yourself in action, you can still become a Queen's Guard. Our leader must have really been flating." The priestess says, "Prove myself in action, huh? I thought we were doing this for Her Majesty." Samurai says, "Well, there are those who are not doing it for that purpose." Priestess says, "How dare them? If Sophia heard, she'd be very disappointed." Samurai's never heard of Sophia, or at least he has, just not sure that she was talking about the Sophia, the sacred healer of the Queen's Guard. Kinda makes sense that she would, because that's apparently her superior. Priestess goes on to tell us that Sophia has the power to heal and soothe emotions. Her power to heal is much praised, but that is not all she has. Anybody who faces her would feel a type of comfort that soothes the heart. Anybody can protect Her Majesty physically from danger, but Sophia is the only one who could protect the emotions of Her Majesty. I believe she is a true Queen's Guard. Isn't that the purpose of a Queen's Guard?" And the samurai just kinda looks at her silently. Priestess came to her senses abruptly and looked down in embarrassment. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry for babbling, and I'm not even a Queen's Guard. Yep, we've got that message." Samurai says, "Don't worry, I don't mind. Now we both need to get back to town somehow." "Yes, we do." Samurai turned towards you. Goes, "I'll report to Sir Ladois about you. Sure you'll receive some kind of reward. So if you have time, stop by the Imperial quarters. And if I may ask of you, please give this to the samurai who is roaming in the 4th level of the labyrinth." Samurai wrapped a katana in cloth and handed it to you as he spoke. Says, "He looked out for me when I was searching the 4th level. He said he would keep on searching alone, but that area is a nest for the undead. Even for a samurai, it would be a tough fight without spells, but with this katana, it can kill the undead. This katana holds some moderate magical powers." So we get a short sword sheath. The samurai's name is apparently Matsuri. He is easy to recognize with hair bound. "I apologize for the trouble, but I have faith in you." After the samurai spoke, he took the priestess's hand and started walking. Here we have another encounter, shaping up with some ninjas and a mage. This is a tough call. I want to say the ninjas are the far greater threat due to that death strike. So we're going to practice we're going to go ahead and try that restrict shot against them. And I think we're going to use our little combat hack on the level 1 mage. Back out after selecting it for a spell with Kyo, and instead attack him physically. As you can see, Ricardo had no chance of hitting that ninja outright. Its evade was too high. But the restrict shots did their job and took him down easy enough. Pick up another dagger. Hand that over to Agog. and appraise. It's another craftsman's dagger. Here's a skeleton lying on the ground. Let's go ahead and check it out. It says Gilman was written on a name tag. The place where criminals who committed serious crimes were detained. Seemed to be a while since he died because all that was left was his skeleton, but from the sturdy frame of the skeleton it was easy to tell that he was a big man. The features of the remains before you matched the description given from the quest you accepted. As proof of for the person who requested this, you decided to bring back the name tag. Lorenzo's quest has been completed. We can go to the tavern and get our reward. So yeah, when we get back to town, we could stop in and check in with Lorenzo. Here we've got a couple bogey cats. Pretty easy to say that the mages are the big worry here. Once again, we'll be in really good shape if Keo manages to death strike a bogey cat, but even if he can't, you know, being able to just take out one is more than fine. So we managed to stop one mage from casting, but the second one gets off a Krita and deals 12 damage. We'll go with the spell cancel again. And this time, just to hammer the point home, we will double slash the bogey cat. Head into this room. Nothing special about it. Just kind of checking out this area. Okay, this time we were not so lucky. Let's go ahead and set up our restrict shot and our individual actions. We'll actually have Keo go ahead and cast. Have him cast a Krita spell there. And let Ricardo attack the level 3 ninja. So we got 27 damage on him at least. And the restrict shot is enough to take him out. Kinda happy about that. And I'm kinda happy that the ninjas have such a high initiative count, as we're able to fell them before the pixies do really anything. One's gonna cast, and it's casting Spleam on the front row. It's gonna put them both out. So that ends up being the gambit for both of them. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and let the mages do what the mages do. Well, actually, it looks like our fighters woke up there, so let's go back in. Let's do an assisted shot and some individual attacks. Was not expecting them to wake back up after one round, but that worked out nice. Get through that combat nice and easy. we pick up a ninja's hood. Not an equipment, that would be another spell component. Sometimes items like that get a little confusing. Here we come upon a locked chest. And inside we find an unidentified chest plate. Once again, gonna hand that over, and you can see we're getting pretty full on inventory, so it's probably a good idea to head out. Not sure if we have a transfer potion. No, I don't think we do. Have a decorated plate, although gaudy looking, it excels in defensive ability compared to a normal chest plate. And it could actually be equipped by a priest. So we're going to hand that back over to Sarah, who right now is just wearing a normal chest plate. Get her defense up to 15. Actually makes her the second best defensive rating in the party. Here we've got a room with a big old staircase. Maybe what we were hoping for here. A way back up. That is indeed what that is. And there's that one-way door. So I think that's where we're gonna call it here. Tomorrow morning we'll be doing our usual Wizardry stream, so if you get a chance, tune in 7 o'clock Eastern in the morning. In the meantime, this has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, thanking you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.